I think it's not temporary. First of all, it's hard to roll back wages once you roll them up. I mean, you go from 15 to 12. So I would say we have a new baseline in terms of wages, sort of generally. You look at every commodity price, right? Copper, lumber. Make your list. Look at what's going on in energy, even before the colonial, pipeline issue. Look at housing prices. Look at Bitcoin, right? Everything is inflating.
Inflation, we're back on that topic again, and today we're going to be listening to the thoughts of legendary billionaire investor Bill Ackman as he breaks down what he's currently seeing out there in the market with regards to this high inflation and also the best businesses to invest in during these high inflationary periods. With that said, let's jump on over and listen to what Bill Ackman has to say around inflation.
Kind of a once in a moment in history, right? You have people emerging from a pandemic with the animal spirits that come from being locked in their homes, right? So that's dramatic. You have all of that hit. The vaccine rollout is actually in the U.S. certainly it's been fantastic. So you have a lot of people feeling being fully vaccinated, going back to their lives, and then you have the Trump stimulus, the Biden stimulus, infrastructure, an extremely accommodative Federal Reserve, and everything concentrated in a couple of quarters. So that
is the Federal Reserve too accommodative, do you think?
I think they're going to have to raise rates for sure. And I think, they adjusted their policy, in my view, just at the wrong time. A preemptive policy toward inflation, I think is a better approach, particularly in a world where we have, massive stimulus, economic stimulus.
Is it too much stimulus? I mean,
I think with rates where they are, there's a very good risk of the economy overheating, which is why I think rates go up.
So it seems very obvious that Bill Ackman is seeing a lot of inflation out there at the moment, and he thinks that they will have to increase interest rates in the near future. Obviously, it's hard to predict when they will increase interest rates. And the negative effect on this is, obviously, it will probably curb the inflation, but it will also have an effect on the equity markets. Money will become a lot harder to get, interest rates will be going up, so in turn, you would think that the equity markets will have a bit of a pullback. Look, that's just a very high level look at it. By no means am I an economist, and that's my basic understanding of it. So Bill Ackman's recently come out on Twitter on December 11th, where he's seen a big separation between what the government's actually reporting to actually what's happening with regards to inflation. Now, he says the largest owners of nationwide single-family rentals are reporting a 17% in rental increases. He's saying housing inflation is unlikely to abate based on supply and demand trends. The inflation that households are actually experiencing is raging and well in excess of the reported government statistics. Also, using the more empirical measure in the calculation increases today, core CPI from 4.9% to 9%, and also consumer price index from 6.8% to 10.1%. So he's seeing quite a big difference between what the government's actually reporting to what's actually currently happening out there in the market. And obviously you want to take a grain of salt with this as well. Don't just listen to what Bill Ackman has to say on the matter. But a lot of this, to be honest, is all out of our control. We're better off when we're faced with these sort of situations where we're maybe seeing high inflation or current raise in interest rates, is to more just concentrate on the businesses within our own portfolio, as this is what we can control. We can decide on what we buy or what we sell. So this is what we should be devoting more time on, rather than trying to speculate on what the Fed's going to do, or are they going to raise interest rates, are they going to lower them.